الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Right, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, I hope everyone is well and everyone can hear me loud and clearly.
Walaikum assalam.
Right, brilliant. Did everyone get a chance to listen to the recording? I did send it in the group, but we're still on the same lesson. We're still finishing the points to remember because it's a long lesson and there's a lot of information in the lesson. So I'm just going to go to where we were.
We were at page 29.
Yeah, so I spoke about the last lesson about the sound masculine plural, and then I spoke about the dual muthanna, and then I spoke about the feminine ukhta bilalin mudaf ilayh. So when a dual noun comes as a mudaf, so let me just go over this. This is important. So the noon of ane and aine is omitted if the noun happens to be mudaf. So what's happened here? Aina tadrusu ukhta bilalin. So this is something which I mentioned last week, but I'll revise it. So whenever a noun which is mudaf and it's a dual noun, so we're talking about ukhta, two sisters of Bilal. So original word was ukhtani, and it has become ukhta. The noon has been dropped, and it's ukhta Bilalin. So ukhtani is dual, but the noon with the kasra has been dropped, and it become ukhta Bilalin. So here, the action of tadrusu is being done by the sisters of Bilal. The next sentence, ata'rifina ukhtay Bilalin. Ukhtay Bilalin. So the word ukhtani is a dual noun. And in the dual noun, you have the alif as the sign of marfu. The sign of mansub and majroor. So the mansub and the majroor for the dual, it's ya, and preceding the ya will be a fatha. So alif changes to a ya and it becomes ukhtay Bilalin. So why is it here? Ata'rifina ukhtay Bilalin. Do you know the two sisters of Bilal? Because here, ata'rifina, anta is the person who's been spoken to, and ukhtay Bilal is coming as the object. And because they are coming as the object, maf'ul, instead of getting a fatha, a letter is coming in the place of a harakat to demonstrate it is coming as the object. So the ya is a sign of mansub, ukhtay Bilal. And then majroor, akatabti ila ukhtay Bilalin. So here ukhtay, ya is coming, Bilalin mudaf ilay, Bilalin has a kasra tanween. Here is coming as a maf'ul. In the third situation here, akatabti ila ukhtay Bilalin. So here before ukhtay you have a ila. What is ila?
Preposition.
Preposition, harf jar. So because of harf jar, ukhtani or ukhta, alif changes to a ya, so it becomes ila ukhtay Bilalin. And even in the translation, did you write to Bilal's two sisters? So the two sisters dual noun is the same as ukhtay in the state of mansub, and in the state of majroor is the same ukhtay. Sister Wajda, does that make sense? Munira?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just revising because these are important points. So it's good to revise some points. And then we spoke about.
So it means whenever it's mudaf, it omitted the noon, and it's instead of uktani or uktayni, it's ukta and uktay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, thank you.
And then we spoke about nouns which end with a alif maksura. mustashfa. So fata, asa. So here, the harakat of the last letter. So normally like daraba aliyun zaidan. Ali hits Zaid. Aliyun dhamma tanween. When these nouns come, the nouns before alif maksura at the end, the harakat is not visible, it's taqdiri, hindered. So therefore it does not appear. Therefore, you cannot say physically that there's a dhamma tanween or a dhamma on the last letter, it's fa'il. But the Arabs have set a formula, and that formula is that whenever you have a noun where the harakat is hidden, not visible, not apparent, in that situation, the first noun, which has a alif maksura, like here, qatala al-fata al-afa bil-asa. Would you say the snake killed the young man by the stick, or would you say the young man killed the snake with the stick? So both of them here, al-fata and al-afa, there's no harakat to show where is the fa'il and maf'ul. So the Arabs have set a formula that the noun which comes first after the verb should be the fa'il, and the second noun should be the maf'ul object, and bil asa is ba is harf jar, and asa is majrur because of harf jar. So in all three states, ba is harf jar, this should be in the state of majrur, but the kasra is not visible. So we will not say the snake or the viper killed the young man with the stick, but we will say the young man killed the viper with the stick. Is that clear, Dr. Rahim and Dr. Zafar Saab?
Gee, thank you very much. Assalamu
Okay,
alaikum.
so alaikum salam. So for example, if I said Qatala Isa Musa, Qatala Isa Musa,
Isa killed Musa.
Isa killed Musa. We won't say Musa killed Isa. No, Isa killed Musa. So whenever you have two nouns which are maqsoor, the Arabs have set a formula to make life easier for students to understand who is going to be the doer and who is going to be the object.
The object.
Yep. Is that clear, Doctor?
Yes, it's clear.
Perfect.
Ahsant.
So I'm just revising because this book it has a lot of revision of previous things we have done. It's just trying to
Yes.
summarize everything what we have done in previously, and inshallah, it should be fine.
Yes.
So here,
Inshallah.
al-fata fa'ilun, it is marfu, but has no u ending. Al-afa maf'ul bihi, it is mansub, but has no a ending itself. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Sadiqa Jafar, Sadiqa Asaria,
Yes, madam.
Nida Huma, is this clear for you?
Yes, madam.
So then we have al-asa. Asa is preceded by a preposition. It is majrur, but has no e as the majrur ending. So that's in regards to that. Then I spoke about compare these sentences with the following sentences with the same meaning. So Dr. Zafar Sab, can you kindly read this sentence and explain what's happening and where is Bismillah?
How is maf'ul in maf'ul bihi bil is asa? Why is the majrur there?
So asa here is majrur because if you look over here, a preposition ba here, bil asa, ba is coming there. So that's why it's majrur in the state of majrur, but harakat is not visible.
Harakat not visible.
Correct. Dr. Zafar, please. Qatala al-waladu. Bismillah. Compare this sentence.
Right.
Bismillah.
Ahsant.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Compare this sentence to the following sentence with the same meaning. قتل الولد الحية بالعود.
Good.
So in this
Boy killed.
nouns, all the endings appear. So
Exactly.
it's a jumla fi'liya. Waladu is fa'il, hayyata is maf'ul, and bil'udi. Udi is majrur.
Exactly.
The
Next one.
the mudaf of the pronoun of the first person singular. Al-mudafu ila ya'il mutakallim.
Exactly. So
Like,
this means kitabi, kalami. This is called mudaf. So whenever a pronoun or any pronoun, my, her, theirs come, this is called pronouns. And when it's attached to a noun, like my book, it is called mudaf to ya mutakallim, because you're saying house, my house, baiti,
Beti,
colleague, my colleague. So you're
Zamili.
making a noun attached to myself. So this is called a possessive pronoun. These all pronouns, when they come out a noun, they're called possessive pronouns. Bismillah, continue.
So in this category also, all three endings are latent.
Hmm?
For example, da'a jaddi ustadi ma'a zumla'i.
Excellent.
So my grandfather invited my teacher with my classmates. Here, jaddi is fa'il, ustadi is maf'ul bihi, and zumala'i is mudaf ilayh. But none of the three have the corresponding ending.
Excellent.
Compare this to da'a jadduka ustadaka ustadak. It should be ustadaka ma'a zumla'ik. Your grandfather invited your teacher with your classmates.
So what's happening here now? Look at compare this, doctor. Da'a jaddi, my father invited who? My teacher. With who? My colleagues. In
Colleagues.
all three nouns, the ya is coming. Jaddi, ustadi, zumala'i. So when the ya of the possessive pronoun is coming with a noun, the harakat of whether when it's fa'il, fa'il, mansub is not visible. But when
Yeah.
you have the word jaddi, and you have, apart from that, your, how do you say your father, your grandfather?
Jaddi. Your
Jadduka.
grandfather. Jadduka.
Jadduka.
Your.
And his
My
grandfather,
grandfather.
his grandfather,
Jaddahu.
Jadduhu.
and
Jadduhu.
his teacher,
Ustaduka. Ustaduhu.
ustadahu. So for example, his grandfather invited his teacher. How would you say that? At the
Da'a
moment,
jadduhu.
yep,
Da'a jadduhu ustaduhu ma'a
ustadahu. Exactly, asantum. So you
zumla'ihi.
see, apart from ya, if it's jadduhu, jadduka, jadduki, jadduna, the harakat of the fa'il and the maf'ul can be seen. So
Yeah.
over here, da'a jadduka. Whose father invited? Grandfather?
Your.
Your.
grandfather.
So jadduka, mudaf, mudaf ilay. So whenever a noun comes with any pronoun apart from my grandfather, my dad, my teacher, if it comes to with any other 13 pronouns, the harakat of the mudaf can be seen. Here, jaddiya has the dal has a ya because of why? Because of ya. Ya is ya mutakallim for possessor, and whenever a ya comes, the previous letter before the ya should have a
The
kasra.
Zair. Kasra.
Yeah, ustadi. Because of the suitability of the harakat, it changes from you can't say jaddui, jaddui, dui. It's difficult to read. So they change the dhamma to a ya, jaddi, ustadi. You can't say ustadui, ustadi is easier to read. So jadduka, your grandfather, ustadi is now coming, usta, ustadaka, exactly, your teacher. So da'a, verb, jadduka, fa'il, ustadaka, your teacher,
Maf'ul.
maf'ul, ma'a, harf jar, zumala,
Majroor.
majroor because of ma'a, ka is mudaf ilay, mudaf ilay, zumala. Originally it should have been zumala uka. Because of ma'a harf jar, it changes zumala uka to zumala.
Ika.
Ahsant. Sister Munira, Claire, Sister Sadiqa. I'm making it as Sister Sadiqa Asaria, and Sister Sadiqa Ja'far. Is it clear for you, both of you sisters?
Yes, clear.
Yes,
Sister Sadiqa Asaria, you're not speaking.
Sorry, I joined late, but yeah, I think so. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm trying to make it as because this is quite important. The reason why they're trying to summarize everything is they're preparing yourself for the next step. So that's go ahead, doctor.
Okay. So point C, the manqus. Can I ask what does the actual word manqus mean? The word itself.
So nakasa yanqus means
Naqas,
defect.
okay.
Yeah.
From naqas, yes. Defective, yes. It is a noun ending in an original ya. For example, al-qadi, the judge. Al-muhami, the liar. Al-jani, the culprit. In this group, the u and I ending are latent, but a ending appears. For
Excellent.
example, Sa'al al-qadi al-mahamiya anil jani. The judge asked the lawyer about the culprit. Here, al-qadi, which is marfu, and al-jani, which is majroor, have no ending. But al-muhamiya, which is mansub, has a ending.
Excellent.
If the manqus takes the tanween, it loses the terminal ya. For example, qadin, which was originally qadiyun. After the loss of u ending and the ya, it becomes qadi and qadiyun changes to qadiyin.
So so first of all, you need to understand. So any verb, the last letter has a ya in it, or a waw, and it's coming as the doer of an action, like qadhin. Qadha yaqdi means to give decree or judgment. Qadhin is the judge. So it originally was qadhiyun. Qadhiyun, the ya gets dropped, and then the letter before the ya gets the kasratan, qadhin. And da'a yad'u, to invite. Da'in. You know when we did ghali?
Ghalin.
Yeah,
You say
ghalin.
the decree is what?
Defective. It's called
But
naqis,
the
manqus.
decree.
Yeah, it means decrease or defective. Manqus, the word.
Yeah, but what is this? But it's reduced to what? Mankus is defective, I know.
Yes.
But when you mentioned something before that.
So da'in. So what happens? The last letter of the verb is omitted when it comes on the pattern of ism fa'il. So all of these nouns, qadhin, da'in, all of these are on the pattern of fa'ilun, katibun, nasirun, jalisun, on this pattern. So when it comes on this pattern, the last letter is dropped because it being a weak letter. But when it comes as an object,
Yes.
then the ya is visible. So for example, over here, sa'altu qadiyan. I asked a judge. Hada baytu qadhin. So here, this is a house of a judge. So qadhin, the kasra tanween is apparent on the dha, and this when this comes like this, you will normally know that the ya or a waw has been dropped from this three-letter verb. It's a three-letter word. Continue, doctor, please.
You say decree. You say something like decree. Now, what is a decree in Arabic?
Decree.
Judgment. Or
decree.
judgment.
Yeah, qadha, qaf,
Qadha.
dha, yeah, qadha yaqdi. Qadha yaqdi. So that's a root word. Ana aqdi, meaning I am giving a judgment. And qadhin is the judge itself.
Ashantu.
No problem, doctor. Doctor, bismillah, can I continue, Dr. Rahim? Dr. Zafar, bismillah.
Okay. Can you make it a bit bigger?
Yes, we're getting old. Yes, we need
Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much for reminding me.
No, we're getting old. I'm old as well. Don't worry. I'm not any more young.
Note that the ya of the manqus.
I think I'm the youngest of the lot.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks. Note that the ya of the manqus is retained only in the following three cases. If it has the definite article, al, for example, al-muhami, so there's ya there.
Exactly.
Al-wadi, al-qadi. If it is mudaf, for example, qadi Makkah, the judge of Makkah. محامي الدفاعي, defense lawyer. وادي العقيق, the valley of Aqiq in Madina Munawwara. If it is mansub, for example, abartu wadiyan, I crossed a valley. Sa'altu qadiyan, I asked a judge. Uridu saniyan, I want a second.
I want a second. So yeah, so these are only three situations where the ya on a three-letter word is visible. When it comes to alif lam, or when it is mudaf, muhamiyud difa, qadi Makkah, wadi al-aqiq, or when it comes as an object, sa'altu qadiyan, abartu. So normally the word wadiyan, we will say wadin, valley. Because the verb abartu means I crossed or I passed, abartu. So we want to say wadin, we'll say wadiyan to indicate it's coming as the object. And uridu thaniyan. So inshallah, when we read it in the exercise, then it will become much more clearer. At the moment, it may seem not that clear. So when we do the lesson, it will become much more clear. Now, over here now, these are now going to be al-mabni al-asma, those nouns which are, so we have nouns which are declinable. And in English, we did this in book 3. I can remember I gave you a handout. So we have nouns which change the harakat and last letters, and we have those nouns where the harakat does not change. And the primary one is all pronouns. All pronouns are in, when you say in, declinable means nouns which do not change. They do not change in the three states of a noun: marfu, mansub, and majrur. They remain the same. So that is called a noun which is indeclinable. If the noun changes its last letter, it is called declinable noun. Declinable when the harakat changes. Indeclinable, the harakat does not change. Is that clear, everyone?
مبنيا معرب.
Yeah. So let me give this to Sister Nigat. Jazakallah, Doctor. Sister Nigat, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Can you come? The indeclinable nouns. I think this is going to probably take me another one more session before I can even start the lesson. Bismillah. Sister Nigat, are you there?
Can't see her name in the
She was
list of
here.
participants.
Okay.
She was, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not right.
Okay, let me then bring Sister Sadiqa Asaria. Yeah, Sadiqa Asaria, can you come, please?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get you over here. We have seen. There you go. Let's make it bigger for you. Is your, just get the mic sorted before we start so that no one complains. Bismillah.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's fine.
Right. We have seen that most Arabic nouns are declinable. Some are indeclinable, i.e., they do not indicate their functions by changing their endings. The following groups are indeclinable. Mabni. 1. Personal pronouns. Al-Dhama'ir.
Yeah,
Like
dhamir is singular, al-dhama'ir is plural, means all the pronouns that either they come by themselves or either they come with the noun or the verb, like darabaka, kitabuka.
okay.
Continue, please.
Like ana, anta, and huwa. Likewise, tu and hu in ra'aytuhu, I saw him, are personal pronouns. Also, ka in kitabuka, your book, and ha in baytuha, her house, are personal pronouns. You might have noticed that there are two sets of personal pronouns. One set is used as rough pronouns, and another set as nasb and jar pronouns. So example, nahnu tulabun, we are students. Ara'aytana, did you see us? Hadha baytuna, this is our house. But the changes that the personal pronouns undergo have no pattern. So each form of the personal pronoun is regarded as a separate entity. That is why the personal pronouns are classed as indeclinable, though they undergo changes to indicate their functions in the sentence.
So this last sentence, that is why the personal pronouns are classed in decline, though they undergo changes to indicate their function in the sentence. So what this means, it means sometimes even though they do not change, sometimes the harakat may change just for the suitability or to be able to pronounce it properly. Like sometimes we have like baytuhu meaning his house. And then if a harf jar comes, a preposition comes, we don't say fi bayti hu. We change the harakat fi bayti he. Fi bayti he. So even though baytuhu is coming fi baytihi, it still is classified as an indeclinable noun. There are some exceptions only because of the easiness and the comfort of to pronounce a word in the Arabic language. The slight tweaks are happen, but this still does not change it from being a indeclinable noun. Bismillah. Then the
Number two.
demonstrative nouns. The demonstrative nouns are the nouns which indicate alladhi, alladhani. These are also indeclinable. Bismillah.
Demonstrative pronouns. Asma'ul ishara, like ulaika, haulai, dhalika, hadhihi, hadha. But the dual pronouns are declinable. Mu'rab, like dhanika, dhanika, hatani, and hadani.
Excellent.
Number three, relative pronouns. Asma'ul mawsula, like allati, alladina, allati, and alladhi. But the dual pronouns are declinable, mu'rab, like alladhani and allatani. Number four, some interrogative words like kaifa, mata, ma, aina, and man. Some adverbs, al-huruf, like al-an, amsi, haythu, and idha. Number six, some verb nouns, asma'ul fi'li. A verb noun is a noun with the meaning of a verb, like
Uff.
uff.
Uff comes in the Quran. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا
I am
uffin.
annoyed.
Yeah, وَلَا تَقُلْ. So the word these now uffin, these are nouns. Uff, mean they are nouns, but they come in the meaning of verbs.
Verbs, okay.
So that's why asma'ul fi'l means verb nouns. Verb nouns means that they are nouns, but they have a meaning of a verb itself. And they are indeclinable. They do not change.
Okay. So uff and
Ah.
ahi, okay,
Yeah.
meaning I feel pain, and meaning accept.
Yep.
Oh, these are verbs. They're actual nouns, but we treat them. They're verbs, but we're treating them as nouns.
No, they're nouns. So they're nouns. Treat them where they've been treated as nouns, but they come. So they are nouns, but their meaning is of a verb. That's the best way of putting it. So it says a noun, verb noun is a noun with the meaning of a verb. That's what they are. They're nouns, but they convey a meaning of a verb.
Yeah.
When you say uff, meaning I am in pain. That's what he's trying to say. I am annoyed or I'm frustrated.
Number seven, compound numbers. Al-a'dadu.
Al-a'dad al-murakkabatu.
These are ahada ashara, up to tis'ata ashara. So is that 11 to 20? No, 90.
Yeah.
What am I reading here? What number is this? 11 up to. So which number is at tis'ata ashara?
19.
So tis'ata ashara 19, yeah.
Oh yes, 9. Sorry. Along with their feminine forms. Only the first part of ithna ashara and ithnata asharatun is declinable, as explained in Points Remember Book 3 lesson.
Yeah, so only the first part of ithna ashar and ithnata ashar is declinable. So we did this before. So sometimes it becomes I'll repeat this again, but we did this when it becomes ithnay and ithna because it's a dual noun. Khair will do this later, not to worry about. But remember nouns, numbers from 11 to 19. Numbers from 11 to 19, they are fixed nouns. They do not change the harakat. Ahada ashar, tis'ata ashar, khamsata ashar, sab'ata. They remain sab'ata, arba'ata, khamsata. They don't change regardless of where they're situated in. But the number 12, there is some discussion on that. I'll do that later, but let's read basic and then I'll come back to itself.
With regard to a mu'rab noun, we say it is marfu, mansub, or majrur. But with regard to a mabni noun, we say it is fi mahalli jari, or fi mahalli nasbin, or fi mahalli
al-raf. So the word mahal, mahal means situated or located. The word mahal, like mahal means a place, yeah? Taj Mahal, yeah? So mahal means a location or place or location. Fi mahal raf means place. It is located or situated in the place of being marfu, being as a fa'il or becoming as a mubtada. Fi mahal nasab, it is in the place of either an object or either it is coming the ism of inna Allah. Or fi mahal jar, coming after a preposition, or it is coming as a mudaf ilay, but because it's a mabni noun, the harakat is not changing, and we say it is located in the position of a mudaf ilay.
Okay. It is in the place of raf, nasb, or jar. Because it is a mabni noun, it cannot be marfu, mansub, or majrur, but it occupies a place that belongs to a marfu, mansub, or majrur noun. And if the mabni noun were to be replaced by a mu'rab one, it will be marfu, mansub, or majrur. For example, ra'aytu bilalan. The noun bilalan is mansub because it is maf'ul bihi, but in ra'aytu hadha, the noun hadha is in the place of nasb because it occupies the same place as the mansub bilalan. Number 3, next section. Shall I carry on?
Yep. Let me get Sister Sadiqa now. Thank you. Alaykum salam.
When a noun is marfu in the nominative case, the noun is marfu when it is 1 and 2 mubtada or khabar. Example, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. 3 ism of kana. Example, kana
Kana al-babu
abu maftuhan.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me just explain one thing. Now, we've done that 7 nouns on top about the indeclinable nouns, that they do not change. Now, what they have done now, the next part, this section we're doing now, when is a noun marfu? Now, what is it do? Now, what this is going to do now here, it's, inshallah, I'll write a chart for you on this. So what's happening now is that they want you to understand all of the different places that a noun can be marfu. Marfu can be with a dhamma tanween, marfu can be with a dhamma, and marfu can be in different scenarios. So for example, the first scenario they give when a noun can get a dhamma, Allahu Akbaru. So Allah is coming in the beginning of a sentence and all mubtadas are marfu. Marfu, it comes with a dhamma. So Allahu Akbaru, dhamma again. And it's not Akbarun. Why not? Because Akbaru, it's a diptone noun. It's one of those nouns. It never takes a tanween. Despite not coming with alif lam, it does not come with a dhamma tanween. So Allahu Akbar, Allah is great. And then the next scenario is when a noun goes marfu, when it's the ism of
kana.
What is kana? What does kana do?
Kana makes it to fatha, isn't it? It changes to fatha.
Changes the khabar to fatha, correct. The ism is marfu and the khabar is mansoob.
Mansoob.
So originally, if kana wasn't there, how would you say the door is open? At the moment, the meaning has been changed. The door was open. How do you say the door is open?
Babun maftuhan.
Al-babu maftuhun. maftuhun, exactly. Al-babu maftuhun, the door is open. And when you want to change it to past tense, kana al-babu.
مفتوحا.
Excellent. Is this clear for you now?
Yeah.
Everyone else, does it make it clear for everyone? So what we're doing now, we're counting all of the different situations with the different particles coming in and acting in a sentence when a noun is marfu. This is a really good exercise, and it really tries to tie the knots of all of what you have studied together. Sister Munira, Sister Dr. Zafar, Dr. Mustafa, and sister, the rest of the sisters. Is this yes?
I think it's
Yes.
clear, Shant.
Yes,
It's
making
clear.
sense.
Yeah, brilliant then. Number 4 then, Sister Sadiqa.
Number 4, khabar of inna. Example, inna Allaha ghafuran.
Run.
Run.
Yep.
Surely Allah is forgiving.
So what does inna do?
Inna, again, it changes Allah to fatha.
Correct. And the khabar is?
The khabar is with a dhamma tanween.
Exactly. What's in now I'm deliberately doing this because sometimes if you ask more questions, it's easier for the students to be able to memorize something. Kana and inna. In regards to the harakat, I know kana changes to was, inna indicates surely, but in regard to the ism and the khabar, what is the difference between the ism? What is the difference between the ism of kana and inna and the khabar of kana and the khabar of inna? Is a good way of memorizing this.
Can you tell?
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone, I don't mind. Go ahead, Wajda.
Okay. When kana comes, the ismu kana is marfu and khabar kana is mansub. When inna comes, the ismu inna is mansub and khabar kana is marfu.
Sadiqa, is that clear for you as well?
Yeah.
So it's the opposite. So inna does the opposite of kana, and kana does the opposite of inna.
Yeah.
That's the best way of doing the reason why I did this, because it's an easy way, a good exercise of trying to retain it and know how it acts. Thank you for that, Sister Wajda. Number 5.
Number 5, fa'il. Example, khalaqana Allahu. Allah created us.
Excellent. So here, every time a verb has a doer, always the file is marfu. So khalaqa, na is what? Na is the
Us.
us object. Allah is the doer of creation. So that's the reason Allah is marfu. Excellent. Number 6.
Number 6, naib al-fa'il.
Okay, this is something I mentioned in the lesson on Wednesday, Mafahim class, that sometimes this is really good. So those who are attending today's class, I'm going to make this much more clear. Read this first and I'll explain it. Bismillah.
Maulana, can you explain what does naib mean now?
Okay, naib imam.
Oh, naib imam. Okay, all right.
So naib, the word naib comes as a representative or a substitute. Naib.
Okay.
Okay, so naib means a substitute or a representative. Naibul fa'il means something which is substituting the
Fa'il.
fa'il. So I'll explain to you. Now, if you read the sentence, then I'll break it down and I'll explain to you. Khuliqal
Insanu min.
min teen. Teen is part of the sentence as well.
I forgot the min tin. So
Okay.
man was created from clay.
Okay, now remember this point. Please remember this point. It's easy. So naibul fa'il. First of all, naibul fa'il is when naibul fa'il is that something is substituting the
Fa'il.
fa'il, the doer of the action. So look at the sentence here. When khulika is a verb. Okay.
Yeah.
Khulika is a verb. Al insan is a noun.
And,
Yes. Min is harf jar. So if you write this on a piece of paper, and I'll break this down, and you will enjoy it.
just write it.
So everyone get a piece of paper, pen and paper, because I'm going to explain this, and you'll be surprised. Khulika. Khulika.
Yeah.
It is a verb.
Yeah.
You can put an arrow next to it. It is a verb on the pattern of fu'ila. Fu'ila It is on the pattern of fu, I, la. Fa with a dhamma, ain with a kasra, lam with a fatha. Al-insan
Is the
this is called na'ibul fa'il, substituting the fa'il. This now insan, man, is coming as na'ibul, substituting the fa'il. I'll explain this just in 2 minutes.
substitute.
Min
Sure.
is harf jar.
Yeah.
Deen is majroor because of min. So that
Yeah.
as a translation, man was created from
Clay.
clay. Question. Put this question down on your piece of paper. Who created the man?
Allah. But where
Is Allah mentioned in the sentence?
no?
No. This sentence is called na'ibul fa'il. Insan is called na'ibul fa'il. That the thing which Allah has created is mentioned, but Allah is not mentioned. This is called na'ibul fa'il. That the object of the verb is mentioned, but the doer is not mentioned. I'll give you. Do you understand this? The doer, the object of the verb is mentioned, but the doer of the verb is not mentioned. Let me give you an example. Write this down, please. Write this down, and you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy this. Write this sentence down. Khalaqa. I've changed the harakat now. Khalaqa. All fatas. Khalaqa Allahu. Khalaqa Allahu. Khalaqa Allahu al-insana min tinin. Khalaqa Allahu al-insana min tinin. Has everyone managed to write this? Khalaqa Allahu al-insana, from al-insanu it has become al-insana min tin. Translation will be Allah created
Man from
man from clay.
clay.
This is the original sentence. Khalaqa is a verb. Active. This is called fi'l ma'lum. Fi'l ma'lum. Ma'lum means that the doer of the action of the verb is known. And when we say khalaqa, who did the creation?
Allah.
Allah created. What did Allah create?
Man from
You
clay.
inside.
Man, insan. That's the object. Min tin is harf jar. Now, remember I spoke about majhul. Majhul means unknown. Fi'l majhul. Majhul means unknown. That the doer is not known. So when you want to make a sentence where you want to not mention the doer of the verb, you change the verb from khalaqa to the pattern of fu'ila. So you change from khalaqa to
Khurika.
khulika. Thank you, Sister Wajda. Khulika. Allah was the doer of khalaqa. Yes?
Yeah.
We said, first of all, I said khalaqallahu al-insana. So in fi'l majhul, you don't want to mention the doer, only the object. So you remove the name Allah, and the object which Allah created, what was what?
Insan.
Insan. You put insan in the place of Allah. Allah had a dhamma as a doer. You put the object in the place of the doer, and you say al-insano. So you say khuliqal al-insano min tinin. Man was created from clay, or human have been created from teen. This is called fi'l majhul, and na'ibul fa'il means that the object takes the place of the doer when you want the doer not to be known by your listener. I hope that was a good explanation.
Yeah, very
So
good.
it is just like قتل الحسين بكربلاء.
كربلاء أحسنتي. قتل الابن أم المصطفى. قتل أمير المؤمنين. قتل علي. أحسنتي, Sister Munira. Thank you for adding. Like قتل. قتل الحسين بكربلاء. قتل الحسين. قتل علي بالكوفة. So we don't mention the name of Ibn Muljam, La'natullah, but we only mention the maf'ul, the maqtul, the shaheed. Sister Siddiqa Asaria, Dr. Zafar, Dr. Munira, Sayyidah Huma.
It's kind
So
of passive. We talk like it's a passive voice, kind of.
That's
Sulika.
right. Yes, that is called
Okay.
passive voice. In English, we call it the passive. You call the passive voice. Active voice is when the doer is known. Active ma'lum is when the doer is known. Majhul when the doer is not known.
Okay.
So which
Thank
is
you so
why
much.
despite the fact that insan is the maful bih, it's
Ahsantum.
taking dhamma because it's in the place of the doer. Is that
Ahsantum.
right? Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's called na'ibul fa'il. Okay, is now representing the file. It's not the file. It's the object of the file, but it's taking the place because you are changing the sentence like kutila. Kutiba alaykumus sayam. Fasting has been wajib has been, and when you're doing it passive, the word be or being is going to be used. So be or being, it gives it the passive voice that when you want to hide or keep something discreet. I have been robbed. Who robbed you? We don't know. Surika. So surika means saraka means something was stolen from someone, and surika, I have been robbed. So who did it? We don't know. That is called. Do you want more practice on this?
We
Yeah.
can say سرق اللص.
Ahsanti. Saraka al-lissu al-mala. The thief stole the money.
The money.
And if you want to say the money has been stolen, you say surika al-malu. The money has been stolen. Who stole it? We didn't mention the thief stole it. Is this clear? Or are you saying, Ya Allah, what have I done? Why have I studied Arabic language?
No, Maulana. Very interesting, Maulana.
No, it's good. It's fun.
Okay, so what I'll
Very.
do, I'll give you a whole it's not in the book, but it's something good because in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to hide. Sometimes he makes it passive to explain that so why Allah has done this, like kutiba. Now I'll give you a tip because I've done this many times and I remember it now. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, kutiba alaykumus sayam. Allah has made fasting wajib. Now, what I remember in the tafsir, one of the ulamas were mentioning, I can't remember who it was now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not mention his name because he wanted the focus to be on the fasting, not upon himself. So he wanted to highlight the importance of fasting and how great of a worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made for you. And that's the reason why, in regards to fasting, it's a sawmu li wa ana ujza bih. Fasting is something sincerely for me, that there is no showing off, no boasting, nothing of being proud of this arrogance about I am such a religious person. It cannot be shown. A person who's fasting and a person not fasting, you cannot tell. So it's a sincere worship for Allah, and because of being such a sincere worship, Allah says this worship is for me, and I am its ultimate reward. I will give him the greatest reward. And then another hadith, Asomu junnatun minan nar. Fasting is a armor, a shield from the fire of hell itself. And then inshallah, when fasting comes next week, maybe I'll start on the ahkam of fasting, just give you some taster of Arabic text reading. Any question? Inshallah, what I'll do, I'll send you some ayat of the Quran, and then you can try to pick them and understand them better, because it's good to understand ma'lum and majhul. I did this before in book 3, but of course, repetition is a good thing itself. Any questions so far? If you don't ask questions, it means that you're just finding it boring, and you just want to fall asleep, and that's it.
No, Sheikh, we understood. It is very interesting.
You have
So
explained it so well. उसके बाद तो यही सवाल बचता है कि आप कैसे हैं?
मैं कैसा हूँ?
इतना समझाने के बाद तो आपका भी
No.
थकावट से बुरा हाल
I
हो
think it's my pleasure is in I want everyone to at least teach, if you can, everyone take their grandchildren or their daughters or anyone, take at least one child or two children, teach them Arabic language, and try to keep this as a continuity, and do this for the love of Imam Zamana, because this is something we need to do, is that with the Arabic, teach them then the fadail of Ya Mahdi Adrikni. What does this mean? Use the Arabic language as a means of a medium of making our children and make our children close to our Imam. So that's the whole reason why I'm taking this pains of teaching Arabic language. Otherwise, I must be crazy teaching Arabic language, because teaching Arabic is not easy, because you have to think of different methods, you have to think of different ways just to teach you, because we have so much material, as I said again and again, Quran, ahadith of the Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim. You'll be amazed of the fadail of Ahlul Bayt, which are in the Arabic language, which we haven't even heard on the pulpits. Wallahi, in the Urdu, English language, we are about 20% of the fadail of the Ahlul Bayt. If you want to listen to the true fadail of Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim, listen to the Arabic ulama and the majalis and read the Arabic books. It's a complete ocean. The level of understanding and the level of complexity you will find, it's amazing. And that's the reason why I want you to reach that and quench your and this year, inshallah, try to make an ahad with yourselves, in reading ahadith of Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim, and maybe as Shahrullah is the month of Allah and the month of Mawla Ali alayhi salam, Shahad Mawla Ali alayhi salam, try to read the Fadail Mawla Ali, because reading Mawla Ali is like La yakbul, your ibadat is accepted with Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullah alayhi. So this is the month of Mawla and the month of the Quran. Both of them are attached to other. So yes, try.
Sheikh, قتل الفلسطين من فلسطين.
Yeah, قتل الفلسطين قتل الفلسطينيون. Yeah, the Palestinians have been killed. Who by? You haven't mentioned it.
من فلسطين.
Yeah. Jazakallah khair. So this is it. Inshallah, I'll send you a handout on this passive and active, just to give you an understanding within the Quran, because it'll be quite interesting for yourself to delve into this point, inshallah. And inshallah, we'll continue the next part of this lesson. And I'll send you also tomorrow. Yes,
the Wiladat of 12th Imam.
Tomorrow
at night here in Dar es Salaam.
Okay, so we can't do class tomorrow then. Take it, no problem. I'll send you some.
As well.
Yes,
No.
Zahra, they'll be at 8 p.m.
They're doing it tomorrow. They're doing okay, officially tomorrow.
Yeah,
at Bustani Zahra.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'll do, I'll send you some a'mal in regards to the 15th of Sha'ban, so a'mal which you may have not heard from before from others. Some